Tonight, the terrifying moments a Russian missile strikes, captured in video circulating online. The target? President Zelensky's hometown. But this wasn't a military site, it was innocent families at home when a missile tore a hole through their apartment block. But these operations can be deadly. At one point, debris falling, rescuers running for their lives. At least 6 people were killed in the attack, including a 10-year-old girl, and at least 75 injured. The Russian defense minister making it clear it's increasing attacks in response to this. A dramatic drone strike in Moscow Sunday. Videos circulating online capturing the moment one exploded, hitting a building housing government offices.
And we begin in Moscow, where for the second time in a matter of days, a drone strike has hit a high-rise tower in the city's financial district. Russia blames Ukraine for the attacks. The 50-storey skyscraper houses 3 ministries and was first targeted on Sunday. Now, defence officials say 3 other drones were downed in the capital and surrounding areas on Tuesday. Ukraine has not acknowledged the attacks.
Smoke could be seen rising from Lebanon's Ain al-Hilwa Palestinian refugee camp as the sound of gunfire and explosions rung out. Clashes between Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas's Fatah movement and rival Islamist groups killed several people and wounded dozens more. Among the dead was a Fatah commander. The violence has caused local residents to flee their homes and a hospital to be evacuated.
Now, the so-called Islamic State says it was behind a suicide bombing at a political rally in Pakistan on Sunday, in which more than 50 people were killed. Hundreds of mourners have been attending the funerals of the victims of the attack. At least 1,000 people were crowded into a tent near a market at an election rally for a pro-Taliban cleric. Now, police say that nearly half of those killed were children, and many of the wounded are still being treated in hospital. 3 suspects are currently under arrest.
Burkina Faso and Mali have issued a joint statement saying they'll regard any military intervention in Niger as a declaration of war on them. The 2 countries, which have also both seen recent military coups, said they would come to the defence of their eastern neighbour in such a scenario. It's after a West African bloc gave Niger's military 7 days to give up power and threatened to use force if they didn't do so.
Myanmar's military rulers have announced a pardon for former civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi. She'd been in detention since being ousted in a coup in 2021. Aung was sentenced to 33 years in prison for a range of offences, including bribery. The pardon concerns 5 of the 19 convictions against her, and it was not immediately clear whether it would allow her release. She was one of 7,000 prisoners granted clemency by the military leadership a day after it announced a 6-month extension to the country's state of emergency.